A top story first. A day after a deadly landslide at the site of the Wayanad tunnel project took place, the hunt for survivors continues. Rescue personnel have been working day and night to recover missing persons even amid a mounting death toll. At last count, the number of victims of the landslide had touched 5, even as a roughly similar number was doing the rounds in terms of missing individuals. But even as rescue personnel continue to dig away at the earth, hoping against hope to find survivors, however bleak these prospects may be, an all-out debate has broken out over the cause of the landslide itself. Kerala Chief Minister V.D. Satheesan, for one, while admitting that the disaster was unfortunate, also hinted at the man-made nature of the tragedy. Let's listen to some of those voices from the ground.
Wayanad landslide is a very unfortunate. It has happened. We will check. The construction company is there are some conditions from the Environment Department of the central government, whether they are obeying these conditions or not. We will check it. As I said yesterday, the Disaster Management Authority chairman in the Wayanad and the Wayanad district collector has given an order, issued an order in 20th of last month to remove all this soil stock. 3 persons died and 5 persons are still missing. There are 2 NDRF team, police and fire force are there. They are trying to, now the road is cleared.
Rescue and research operations are underway. Behind me, back, I can see the visuals there. The whole night, yesterday and night, there's NDRF teams looked for the 5 missing workers of the DBL company there who are working on the tunnel project here at Mepadi in Wayanad district of Kerala. There close to 3 people have died. All of them belong to the Madhya Pradesh, is what the local administrations are informed. The bodies are being taken to the Cochin airport. From there, they'll be taken back to the respective state. Now, the missing persons are 5 is what the administration is informed. 9 have been injured in the incident and 2 are in critical condition. The Chief Minister also held a press conference today in the morning and announced a compensation of 5 lakh rupees for the deceased. The big question is the letter of the June 20th where the DC had written to the private company to remove the unscientific excavation of soil which could have led to disaster like this. Now the company is saying that they are not at fault. It was excessive rains beyond the the record in as far as the district is concerned of 265 mm rainfall. Hence that is the reason for causing the landslide. As far as norms and procedure is concerned, the DBL company has followed it. The government said that after the missing persons are rescued or the bodies have been found, inquiry will be set up. What action the Kerala government will take, we have to wait and see for that. But for now, opposition is targeting the government, saying that the government too should take responsibility for the landslide.
Meanwhile, the contractor behind the Wayanad tunnel project, that's Dilip Buildcon, has defended its safety record after the deadly landslide at the Kalladi Mepadi site. In a statement, the company said that the project was executed in compliance with all engineering, safety and environmental norms, blaming the tragedy instead on what it called exceptionally heavy rainfall. The contractor cited data from the Kerala Disaster Management Authority, which indicates that the state received a whopping 265 millimeters of rain in just 24 hours, even pointing out that it was 9 to 10 times the average rainfall for a day in July. Dilip Buildcon has also said that the ecologically sensitive project is being monitored by multiple regulatory agencies, including the Supreme Court appointed Central Empowered Committee, thereby leaving very limited room for technical error. The statement notwithstanding, the Kerala government has said it will probe whether or not safety directions were in fact ignored by the contractor. Staying with more news from environment and planning, Chennai's Ramsar controversy is widening beyond a single project. Now, if you recall, it was merely weeks ago that the Tamil Nadu government went about putting a halt on Brigade Enterprises' proposed 2,000 crore rupee residential project Morgan Heights, allegedly said to be near a protected Ramsar site in Chennai, by revoking its environmental clearance over approval issues. The controversy has now taken on mammoth proportions which could potentially impact 100,000 landowners across South Chennai. And that's because the Tamil Nadu government has now applied a planning freeze to a 1 kilometer buffer zone around the water body, thereby directing that no new development can take place around this zone of influence. Now, real estate body CREDAI on its part has reacted, saying that the planning freeze could affect 100,000 landowners and stall an estimated 70 to 1,000 crore rupees worth of economic activity in the region. Now, while insisting that it supports wetland conservation, the real estate body has also said it wants the Tamil Nadu government to replace the blanket 1 kilometer planning restriction with a scientifically delineated zone of influence, arguing that the affected area already includes homes, IT parks, metro rail infrastructure, and legally owned private land. So the dispute has now evolved into a larger policy question. How does Chennai protect one of its last remaining wetlands while balancing environmental conservation, property rights, urban development, and investor confidence? Staying with more policy news from Tamil Nadu, in continuation of a string of employee welfare measures, the state has announced a 25% hike in salaries for over 23,000 employees belonging to the state-run liquor supplier Tasmak. Interestingly, this is the first across-the-board pay revision that these employees have received in nearly 2 decades. The move will cost Tamil Nadu an additional 110 crore rupees in annual revenues, taking Tasmak's total annual wage bill to over 553 crore rupees. The government says the hike is aimed at improving employee welfare and curbing the long-standing practice of charging customers well above the printed MRP on liquor bottles. It has also warned that employees found overcharging liquor buyers could face dismissals, while also extending ESI medical coverage and addressing operational issues flagged by the staff. Now, the announcement comes even as the Vijay government continues to overhaul Tasmak operations through stricter enforcement and administrative reforms, balancing employee welfare with greater accountability in one of Tamil Nadu's biggest revenue-generating public sector undertakings. And staying with Tamil Nadu, fresh signs of unrest have emerged within the AIADMK. Former Minister K.C. Veeramani and Arcot MLA S.M. Sukumar are said to have skipped a key district review meeting chaired by Party Chief Edapadi K. Palaniswamy, thereby fueling speculation of widening factional differences within the party. Now, this absence comes just days after a series of high-profile exits from the party, raising fresh questions over the AIADMK's organizational unity as it looks to rebuild after its electoral setback from just 2 months ago. Moving on, optical fibre manufacturer HFCL finds itself right in the middle of an ambitious expansion plan at its Hyderabad unit. The company has nearly tripled its optical fibre manufacturing capacity from 14 million fibre kilometres in FY23 to 40 million fibre kilometres by FY26, while simultaneously expanding its optical fibre cable capacity from 27 to 45 million fibre kilometres. Earlier today, we at South Central were given access to the company's state-of-the-art optical fibre facility in Hyderabad, one of just 4 plants across the company run by HFCL. And speaking to me along the sidelines of that visit, the company's Managing Director Mahendra Nahata told ET Now that HFCL continues betting big on the export market, even adding that despite the influx of AI-powered data centers in India, the market here still has a long way to go before it catches up with data center hyperscalers in North America. Here's a slice of their exclusive conversation.
This whole expansion is happening because of the increase in the demand of fiber optic cable. The main reason of increase in demand is the very high increase in demand for the data centers. As the AI workload has increased, the flow of data has increased immensely worldwide. As a result of that, lot many data centers are being created, and they need fiber optic cable to send data to them, from subscriber to the data center, and vice versa. So there is a huge demand opportunity has come for fiber optic cable in data centers. Moreover, because of this high amount of data flow, these data centers need cable of higher number of fibers.
Right.
Whereas the traditional telcos used to have maximum maybe 288 fiber cable, data centers are now using 13,000 fiber cable also. We in our company have designed fibers up to 7,000 fiber cable. Now we are on designing 13,000 fiber cable, which not many companies in the world are able to do, but we have been able to do.
Absolutely. So that brings us to where we are right now in Hyderabad. You know, it's a massive hub for you both in terms of, you know, fiber optic cables as well as the cable expansion plan itself, with capacity, in fact, rising from 10 million fiber kilometers to about 25 million fiber kilometers by Q2 of FY27. Now, why Hyderabad specifically, and why have you chosen this location essentially to focus a whole lot in terms of expansion itself? And more importantly, how much of your total revenue will this plant account for going forward?
Look, you know, Hyderabad was chosen 6-7 years back because the incentives were available, land availability was easy, and there was a single window clearance, so all kind of clearances happened very easily.
Right.
So that was one of the reasons we came to Hyderabad, and it has been a pretty good experience. And since we have got a large land available here, so natural that expansion should also take place here when we have a good working environment, good technical personnel availability. So naturally the expansion is happening here. Of our total revenue of fiber optic cable, probably, in my opinion, 40% would come from Hyderabad.
Absolutely. Any investment plans specifically for this plant that you've earmarked for the medium to long term?
Look, you know, as we have said that we are already expanding our overall capacity of fiber optic cable from 39 million fiber kilometer equivalent cable to 45 million. And the fiber capacity, which is absolutely all fiber is being produced in Hyderabad in our company, that is being expanded to 40 million fiber kilometer. So that's the investment we are doing in Hyderabad.
Right. Now, I know for a fact that you export to around the world. Your export markets, in fact, are quite wide. We'll come to that in just a bit. But in terms of demand from India itself, what is that demand lever like at this moment, and where is it coming from, Mr. Nahata?
Demand at the moment is more from export. I would say more than 70% of our product is being exported. And demand is from data center, the hyperscalers, which are mostly happening in North America at this point of time. India has started putting up data centers, but it will take little time before they come to the maturity level that they start buying fiber optic cables. And of that kind of cables which are being bought by the North American data centers.
Right.
It will take some time. But yes, India is coming up, and I believe Indian demand will become significant from data center in next couple of years' time. Demand from telcos in India is a bit subdued at this point of time.
Right.
One reason being that fiber optic cable prices have gone quite high. So telcos are suddenly find it shocking kind of a thing to pay those kind of prices. But demand is also there from BharatNet, where we are also supplying cable. And 30% of our supply is going into India, 70% is exports.
Absolutely. But is there a timeline by which time you can expect data centers here to be on par with hyperscalers like in North America, for instance? Or do you think it could be a long time before we actually see both these regions come on par with the scale of data center investments itself?
Look, I don't foresee that we would be at the same scale as far as the North American data centers. But yes, we are increasing capacity. India will be doubling its capacity in next 3 years' time. So demand will certainly go up, but not to the level of North America, where the demand is maybe 10 to 20 times higher than that of India.
It's interesting you're saying this because all the recent news with Google, Microsoft, all these big names investing in data centers, what you're essentially saying is there's still a whole long way to go.
Well, you know, they are investing. They are creating data centers in India, but not of the same capacity what they are doing in North America. The capacity is different because their data mainly is coming from artificial intelligence now. And because of this GPUs and this companies like NVIDIA and all that coming in, that, you know, the data centers being created are very high capacity data centers. To happen that in India will take some time, but yet India is doing very well. It would be in 3 years' time doubling its capacity. That is also quite significant.
Right.
But if you look at the world market, it will take us time to reach to that level.
Right. You bring up the world market, so let's talk about exports. North America surely is, like you said, the biggest export market for you, simply on account of the scale of data center capacity and additions that you are seeing there. Which other export markets are doing well from a HFCL perspective and are on the growth trajectory outside of North America?
Look, I would say North America is the biggest market. Of the total world market, if you see, I'm excluding China from it because China, not many people know what is really happening inside. But apart from China, of the total demand, more than 2/3 of the demand is North America.
Right.
1/3 would be the rest of the world, which would include Europe, Asia, including India, Middle East, Southeast. But the way the North American market is growing, even Europe has lagged far behind. It will take next maybe 3 to 5 years for Europe to even catch up to the North American market.
Right. In terms of the business that you do, sir, the competitive edge you've already established in terms of expanding capacities and going in the right direction in terms of export market-oriented business that you are doing. Where does that take your market share, at least at this time and place, and where would you like it to be in the foreseeable future?
Look, if you look at the world market, I have not seen that kind of statistics that what percentage of world market we occupy. But yes, we are one of the significant player in the world market. We may be in the first 15 or 20 of the scale in the top 15 or 20 manufacturers in the world. Percentage, I cannot share at this point of time what it would be because I don't know myself. But yes, we are expanding our capacity and we are having a world-class capacity. Not that we have a small capacity, we have world-scale capacity, which is making us competitive. And moreover, we are very quality conscious. Every meter of fiber, every meter of cable we ship is tested so that customer does not face any problem.
Right. But without getting into percentage numbers, where do you see yourself in for the foreseeable future? Top 3, top 4, top 5. Where would you like to be if given a wishing willow of sorts? Where would you like to be in terms of market?
Definitely like to be in the first 10.
Okay. All right.
Definitely.
And in the next 5 years, 10 years, what kind of timeline would you like to get there?
I try to make it happen in 5 years, but let us see.
Okay.
Everybody else is expanding.
Absolutely.
Not that we are the only people expanding.
Right.
But let us see if we can be in the first 10 in the 5 years.
For sure. One can wish and also dream big. But moving ahead, the fact is, even at this facility, it's one of 4. You have your others in Tamil Nadu, 2 in Tamil Nadu, 1 in Goa itself. Simply from an investor perspective, how do you derive the big takeaway for the investor in terms of value? Is it going to be revenue? Is it going to be EBITDA? Is it going to be capacity utilization, even as expansions are happening? In, let's say, 12 to 24 months from now, where do you think the biggest piece of value will lie in terms of manufacturing for HFCL?
Look, manufacturing in next 2 to 4 years, I think fiber optic cable is one area which is going to grow faster. Moreover, we are also in the defense field. And looking at the geopolitical situation, you can see that defense field is also going to grow quite a bit. So both these areas are supposed to grow. But fiber optic cable, I see for next 2 to 4 years, one of the major area of growth.
And my last question before I let you go, in terms of the journey that HFCL has embarked as well on the manufacturing front, you've already announced the expansion plans that you have. What's the next big bet that you are taking as far as this space is concerned?
We are further going to do backward integration. As you have seen, we not only manufacture cable, we manufacture fiber. In our Hosur plant, we manufacture many other kind of raw material which are required to manufacture fiber optic cable. But the further major backward integration now we are going to do is to start manufacturing preform, which are the major raw material for the fiber. So preform plant we are now going to start putting, and that should be operational in next 1.5 years to 2 years time.
Shifting focus to Andhra Pradesh next, the state is stepping up its global investment outreach with IT and Industries Minister Nara Lokesh making a strong pitch to South Korean companies to invest in Andhra. During his visit to South Korea, Lokesh met executives from leading firms across electronics, semiconductors, green energy, automobiles and advanced manufacturing, highlighting Andhra Pradesh's business-friendly policies, infrastructure and skilled workforce. He also invited these companies to partner with the state in emerging sectors like AI, autonomous mobility and smart manufacturing. The outreach is part of the state's broader strategy to attract foreign investment and position Andhra Pradesh as a major manufacturing and technology hub. Shifting focus to Telangana next, Chief Minister Revanth Reddy has directed officials in the state to put together a committee to strengthen digital governance in Telangana. Now, the panel has been asked to submit its recommendations within 100 days, including a roadmap for full-scale digitization and a draft legal framework to support digital governance. The move aims to improve transparency, streamline public service delivery, and ensure welfare benefits reach beneficiaries more efficiently. Meanwhile, it's a major global milestone for one of India's premier management institutes, and it's just been made official. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced that the Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, will establish its first overseas campus in Indonesia. But the campus itself will be located at the Singasari Special Economic Zone in East Java and is aimed at strengthening academic collaboration between India and Southeast Asia. The new campus will initially offer executive education programs with full-time degree courses to be introduced in phases. Now, the move is expected to cater to students and professionals across the ASEAN region while reinforcing India's growing educational diplomacy. For IIM Bangalore itself, it marks a significant step in extending its global presence and taking Indian management education to an international audience. And with that, it's a wrap on the bulletin today. Thanks so much for watching. South Central will be back tomorrow, same time, same place, with more news and updates from South India. For the moment, it's goodbye from us.